The total body extension is typically a warm-up exercise. This is warming up your ankles, your calves, your quads, hamstrings, glutes, low back, and shoulders and the postural muscles of the upper back all at the same time. Setup for this movement is getting in your normal squat position with your feet about hip to shoulder distance apart, toes slightly pointed out. We're going to keep our posture as we squat down nice and low, just like we were doing a squat, reaching those arms down towards those ankles at the bottom. As we come on up and extend those legs, those arms are now going to extend on up overhead as we come up onto our toes and reach up as high as we can get at the top. We're going to turn this into one fluid motion. Nice and low, reaching for the floor, all the way up onto the ankles at the top. Common mistakes made on this exercise. One, not getting a proper foot positioning on here. Whenever we're performing warm-up exercises, we want to mimic exercises that we're going to do in our workout. We want to mimic them as closely as possible in order to help translate over into that workout, make sure everything is warmed up and ready to go. So, feet don't need to be right next to each other, don't need to be way out, getting your normal squat position, hip to shoulder distance apart for this one for the setup. Other big mistake is not keeping your posture on this movement, not squatting down nice and low, instead collapsing over, rounding that back as you come on down throughout that movement. Remember, we're mimicking a squat, warming up those hips, warming up those quads, get down nice and low in that squat, keep that chest up, and then coming up onto the toes. Probably the most common mistake I see made in this movement is rocking forward onto your toes as we descend in this movement. So coming down, kind of rocking forward as those knees push out, and then coming up. We want to make sure that we're keeping proper form, like I said, to very closely mimic a squat that we're going to perform in our workouts. That means warming up those ankles, stretching everything out so they're ready to go. Try to keep those feet flat on the floor as you come down in that squat, as low as you can comfortably get, pushing those hips back, and then come up onto the toes at the top. Other big mistake, not coming up onto the toes at the top, therefore not involving the ankles and the calves in the warm-up, or not reaching up towards the ceiling and getting full extension with the arms, therefore not warming up the shoulders and those postural muscles of the upper back. This is a total body move. We want to multitask when warming up, meaning we want to get the most benefit from our warm-up as possible, warming up all those muscle groups that we're going to be using in that workout. Make sure that you include each of them in this total body extension warm-up move.